Hello. I've been playing Dredge a lot recently. In this game, you're an amnesiac fisherman rediscovering your past self. The atmosphere is cozy, thanks to a modest, almost toy-like aesthetic, complete with warm lights and wide open spaces. However, looming just beyond this coziness is a shroud of mythic eeriness. Those wide open stretches of ocean are not so serene at night. Who knows what could be lurking under the inky black waves? And slowly, as you play more and more, you witness those creatures that dwell in the untold fathoms just below your feet. Dredge was developed by Black Salt Games and came out in 2023 and has 2 DLC add-ons. One is called the Pale Reach, and it features an Antarctic continent, and the other is called the Iron Rig, and features a huge oil rig, and some new fish, and some new upgrades. All of the music in Dredge is available on Spotify, and I highly recommend that you listen to it, especially while driving to work on a rainy morning. I don't know how popular this game is, but what I do know is that I like to play it. I've told my friends to play it, and most of them have not. So this essay is intended for them. Oh, what the heck. I guess this essay is meant for you too. Your adventure begins in the center of the map, in a quaint region called the Mesos. The Mesos is certainly the most calmest and coziest of all the regions in the game. It is here where new life as a humble fisherman begins anew. This region offers some rather common fish: mackerel, cod, flatfish, stingray, and the occasional shark. Nothing too fancy, but still something special. Let's take a look at the game's description of the black grouper. A short, stocky fish with mottled black coloring. Perfect camouflage in the black waters of night. Wow. What a great description of this fish. I think I will read another. The description of the black-tip reef shark reads: usually placid during the day, these predators enter a frenzied hunt when the sun sets. Isn't that just a delightful insight into marine life? Eventually, you save up enough money to invest in some crab pots. Much of the fishing in this game is a mini-game, in which you reel in the fish by coordinating a button press at a precise moment. But with crab pots, you just drop them off the side of your boat at your preferred depth, and come back later. From a mechanical perspective, it is the opposite of the fishing system, as there is no skill or timing coordination required. You just have to know where to drop your pot and remember to pick it up later. You can catch a wide variety of bottom feeders with crab pots that otherwise would be inaccessible. Crabs, of course, are the most common creatures you'll collect. However, you'll also encounter weirder creatures, like sea cucumbers and snails that live in volcanic vents. You catch more exotic fish the more you explore. Even some legendary fish, like the ancient coelacanth and the leviathanic oarfish. And you can catch... What is that? Excuse me. I'll read this description of this new fish as well. Muscular gums grow and force cracking teeth against each other. Softer flesh tears from the strain. Perhaps I will return this one to the water. Some fish are not quite right in this game. Every fish has at least one aberrant mutation it can take on. Aberrant fish, self or more, have some pretty nightmarish looking icons, and are the source of some of the most flavorful text in the game. It is from these descriptions that much of the horror of this game is generated. Yes, there are more straightforward horror encounters, like feeding fish to some eccentric sunbathers, or being chased by this. While these encounters get your blood pumping, they are not what makes this game unnerving. It is stuff like this. Look at it. Imagine encountering that in real life. The twinned eels description reads, endlessly pulling away, but torn apart they would surely perish. Two spiteful siblings, splitting at the seams. Disturbing. There are so many mutated fish in this game. While it is rarer to catch an aberration than a normal fish, aberration-type fish account for over 50% of the kinds of fish that you can catch in Dredge. This elusive, yet extensive category of fish extends the life of the game. It adds a challenge to the fishing minigame. And not a challenge of skill, but of patience. Your encyclopedia is a collection of all the fish you've caught. It is a record of your seafaring life, and it helps you make a little more sense of the unknown alien realm of the sea. In Dredge, the character you play is the fisherman, but the model you control is the boat. So in terms of gameplay, you are the boat. There is no human character model, and there are no intelligible human voices. It's almost a toy-like experience. It creates a pretty serene effect, just the boat, amid its environment, complete with the slight ambiance supplied by the wind and sea spray and music. While journeying around in your little boat is very peaceful, the towns are where the real tranquility settles in. They are bastions of light against the mysteries of the dark and the deep, because you are never truly safe from the monsters in this game, unless you are docked at a settlement. The towns are almost like dioramas, like the little ceramic Christmas town dioramas that your grandma used to set up every year. The towns, and your boat for that matter, in this game give you that same exteriority, that overview of the setting, without the finer details. Details that your imagination jumps to fill in. Details like the specific way that taking in a breath in the cold, briny air of the Gale Cliffs might burn your nose, or how the streets of Greater Marrow look and sound as the fisherman single-handedly carries 580 pounds of mackerel to the fishmonger, or how, before you get back on your boat, after visiting the fishmonger, you stop by the store and get some original Cheerios, not Honey Nut, but the original puffed oats, and you sit on the dock for a bit, feeding cereal to guppies before you go back out to sea. Also, in this game, the fisherman can read books during downtime. Remember, you're the fisherman. The fisherman progresses in the book based on the time spent traveling around. The implication is that he's piloting the boat passively. Let me take a sip of my coffee, if you would excuse me. The implication is that he is piloting the boat passively as he reads, which is a really comfortable image. The nice, humble fisherman has his book open, occasionally glancing out to sea, leaned up against the console in the cabin of the boat, trying to drown out cryptic traumatic memories of his past self that surge forward in times of isolation, like in moments of journeying across the sea. Your life is both tense and tranquil. Also, wouldn't you just want to retire to Little Marrow? Sit out on the porch in the morning with your little tea and your book, and watch the grandkids playing down at the shore, throwing rocks at each other. Uh-oh, it's a little chilly out here. Maybe I'll grab a jacket real fast, you think to yourself. You go in and grab your wife's cardigan. You get back outside, and the sea is blanketed in morning fog. If it clears up by the afternoon, maybe you'll go out on the water. But just the thought of going out there into the cool dawn makes your toes shiver. Maybe you'll keep relaxing up here on the porch with your hot tea. have another sip of your morning tea, and your fingernails clench against the wooden rocking chair, and you almost pop a hole in your long johns. That shit's so good. You want to just close your eyes and die. Dredge is a short game. It does not want to occupy all of your time with itself. Honestly, it seems like you are supposed to spend more time thinking about it than playing it. Anyway, friends, I think I've ran out of things to say about Dredge for now. Now I'm gonna go watch The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers. Okay, that bit was the entire video. Fun, right? One last thing that I will just say while I'm thinking about Dredge. Though I really enjoy nautical games, I would love an on-land, cozy yet eerie, Dredge-like game that's set in a more Lovecraftian setting, like in the forests of New England. So in an on-land version of Dredge, it could be like a homesteader or something. Maybe like hunting mutated animals and farming aberrant plants. A setting like the Blasted Heath from the short story The Color Out of Space by Lovecraft would be really cool. This kind of cozy, creepy survival game is just so comforting, but also really intriguing to play. It's a really satisfying experience in its symmetry of opposing moods. And those opposing moods sort of enhance each other. The tension of the eeriness makes the cozy parts so much more comfy and relieving because they exist in contrast with the eeriness. And simultaneously, whenever you have to venture back out to where it's not safe, the game world just seems so much more scary. It's kind of the same design principle as the Resident Evil save room, where you get in and just a weight is taken off of you. The music hits. Usually the lighting is a little bit different in those save rooms. The little clicking of the typewriter whenever you save. It's also cozy. I feel like I'm saying cozy a lot, but that's true. That's what it is. It's such a good effect, that emotional loop of being cozy and then scared and then cozy again and then scared again. And it keeps the player immersed in the dangers and the delicate wonders of the game world. Okay, now I'm really out of things to say. Apologies for the bit that most of this video was. I make videos a couple times a month. I have a somewhat rigorous day job, so I don't upload as much as I should, as much as I want to, but it is what it is. I just passed 100 subscribers a little while ago, so I'll do something for that. I don't know what, but I'll come around. Follow me on what do I have? TikTok and Twitter. Yeah, do those if you're interested.